Oh, let's go for Wessex Blades. Yeah. So, this is for Tim. There's two different types of belt hanger. You're going to get both. There's the standard dangler with the popper there. So it's held onto the D, and then the two to hold on over your belt loop. It has a belt tunnel there. There's handle retention on top. At the back there. So vaguely tigery striped ferro rod there. Yes, Wessex Blades 2016. Like to think I'm moving forward every few months. Yeah, pretty stoked about this one. So the blade itself, the thumb position on the shoulder there is just perfect. So that's the blade. It's an 8mm. CS75. Still got the rainbow on the back there from when I flame tempered it. I left it on there just so you can see it. A vague distal taper, profiled about halfway up the stock, and then a bevel at the end there. Just a little relief edge and anything. Brutally sharp. But the balance is good because you can get your thumb over, move forward here, get your thumb over, and you've actually got control on that first inch or so before the ricasso with the edge. Plenty of control. It's a natural micarta handle and my brass tube pins, and it's got a G10 olive liner. There it is. But the tubing's pretty damn sharp. And I lost another day because my next lot of neat's foot never arrived, so I had to wait a day for my next batch before I could feed it. Got Canuba wax and a proper Resolene top coat. Resolene right the way down through the middle, dyed right the way down through. There's no section inside that's not dyed. It's dyed all the way down through, so you can't look down on the side and see it's white, natural coloured. It's all the way down through. Lock sticks, everything. All the edges rolled over, slicked, edge coated. Got a little stampy emblem on the side of the ferro rod tube there, so you're going to see the impression of it. So yeah, Wessex Blades March 2016. That's the sort of I mean, in terms of the actual the solution I came to with this blade. There's other ways of approaching it, but the standard I want to do is a double row stitch. You know, when it comes down to here, you can look back, and there are sections on many other sheaves where there's only one here to me, or the knife blade goes down, so I just do a double row and I've done with it. Naturally it takes longer to do the holes, longer to punch through the holes, longer to oil through the holes, more beveling, more running through with your rotary wheel, longer stitching, back over with a rotary wheel. So there's just time and it's just an investment within the actual piece of equipment. But I think on a sheath are supposed to be part of a system for a knife. It's virtually 50-50 now with me in terms of how long I've spent on the knife and how long and the amount that I've invested in the sheath for each knife that I make. So when we get back online for orders again, it's gonna be of this ilk, not necessarily a double stitch. It could still be a fold around sheath, but in terms of the level of finish, in terms of the double row on the blade edge side, in terms of the 20mm welt, you know, all the edges neat and tidy, built as tough as I could make it. This is the sort of moving forward standard legacy I want to move into with 2016. As I say, there's got the other belt hanger. My move forward, how it goes over the next couple of months, I want to transition this into a very simple pouch. So it's on your belt. I've had a few mock-ups. It won't come down quite as low as this. It'll come back on itself round the back, but you know, that'll slide on your thing, and there's enough room in there for DC4, maybe a small sort of multi-blade penknife sort of miniature pouch, goes on your belt. But that's the hanger. So I've got prototypes now, and that's what I'm working for. How it works out, I don't know, because obviously all the effort and time I'm putting into working out my designs for the logo, working out how long it's going to take to do the logo, the actual making it itself. You know, if I'd have just stayed put and did all my bushcraft blades, I'll probably be a fair bit ahead of where I am at the moment. But I need to, whilst I've got this backlog to sort out, I want to tackle that and bring everything up to a level so when the books open again, you know, I'm offering something that's not in that woodlore realm of sheaths being offered as plain. That's all I can do. Like, if you want to play in sheath, there's no problem, but if you want me to do a bit of tooling, I'm not really into using punches on their own, because the actual execution of using punches is quite a simplistic thing of being able to use it, as long as you've got the pattern worked out, as long as you go around the edges, covering all the half and half that you've been over, you know, when you go around the extremities and the borders around here. I could use punches, but I'm just doing this the same thing. 20 minutes of the thing, you know, stitching does that. So I'd rather, and what I've done is I've put my time into getting my tooling up and just allowed to put my skill with the punch just to sort of progress slightly slower. But now I'm at the level where I was doing the tri-weave, so rather than just concentrate solely on punching, I've moved my my raising of skills into doing tooling, just to try and offer a different, you know, a different result when it comes to when you're walking along and that catches people's eyes. You know, it's got a little bit more distinctive impact, and let's say I'd much rather have a lower production rate, with greater satisfaction for myself that I'm churning out this as opposed to more, but more plain. It just, for me, I've just been able to stand out a little bit more. So that's basically Tim's falchion with a bit of tooling and a few stitches. Hours wise, I think this is 20 hours. It's 2.5 days. Could be doing in 2 long days, but you know, I'm doing like 8 or 9 hour days on blades, and then 3 as well Tesco, so I'm looking at 12 to 13 hour days at the moment. So rather than do 12 hours of blades and 3 at Tesco, you know, I'll burn myself out before I knew what's going on. So you know, it gets to sort of 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, and then that's the stuff, you know, I got a call time. So 2.5 days for me to make that sheath. So when it comes to how many blades a month can I get out, how many blades a week can I get out, I would get 2 knives and 2 sheaths like this out in about 9 days. That's my rate at the moment. If I was only concentrating on Danelaws, I'd be on about 2.5 in a week, from start to finish, not quite finishing up, and then the Tuesday into the next week is when they'd all be complete. So my weeks are like 9 days, like 10 days as it were, but the result is there, as opposed to the get out the door fast and not actually progressing. I'm sure I've made the right move as it is, moving my just the end product is, you know, there isn't much out there like that, and in a few years when there might be, it's yoo-hoo. It's sort of me who was doing it. It's the sort of idea I was thinking. Not really into the multicolour. I mean, I might do maybe two different sort of shades, but I want them quite similar in earthy tone. I'd much rather have the gunslinger look, the workman look, than something that was a kaleidoscope harlequin sort of effect. Very clever, but the you know, if you were that skillful that you could put it on with a paintbrush, you'd be that skillful you're putting on the blockout. So I don't know why they just don't paint it on. I mean, there's ways of doing the blockout and then you're washing the whole thing after, and that's clever, and then you resin the whole top up. So I've been looking at Super Sheen and having a little play. There's little elements I can do block out, but I say I'm not really going to be doing, you know, like really bright salamanders and geckos and things like that. I want it still badass, still got that sort of warrior barbarian look to it, and that'll be my little corner of the market. So leaving other people free to do what they're really good at, and I don't think there's many out there in this sort of realm. So Scott from Wessex Blades, I hope you like it, Tim. It's worth the wait on it. So Scott from Wessex Blades with Tim Svalshon, and as I say, I'll have another little play with the belt loop pouch effect, just a little tinky something goes in there. Maybe not quite a room for a Swiss Army knife, but somewhat thin and slim would be able to fit in, or some DC4 ferro rod, bit of tinder, just a little loop over thing. So it's not obtrusive, it's not ridiculously wide, it goes on the belt. It should fit between one belt loop and another that's on your trousers, so it's not, you know, it doesn't hamper you, it doesn't get in the way, it doesn't snag on things, but it's just a little pokey little pouch. I'll have a little play with that. It seems to be working out, and see you on the next one. Scott from Wessex Blades, and for the rest of the week, moving the ones I did last week on, so Bhutan to move on. Danelaw's going to Mike, and I've got a couple of Pucos going through in Walnut, and my Jacklaw, my blank from Sandy. Yes, that's good to be a bit of a sweet deal, just sneaking something through off on myself. I know. Thanks for doing it again. Scott from Wessex.